Hi guys, Kenny here, and I'm in my garage. It snowed again. There's about 5 centimeters worth of snow outside. I just plowed, and I want to just start a little bit of a clip here on, this thing. The dilemma I've been having with this thing, the heel-toe shifter. So I kind of covered it briefly before, and we're specifically talking about the Bullet 350, the Classic 350, maybe the Hunter, but I'm gonna pretend most of this content, keep it contained to the Bullet 350 and the Classic 350 for the sake of demonstration. And I really just want to talk about heel-toe shifters. I've tried it. I have spent most of the winter hawing about it and debating on what I'd like to do about heel-toe shifters. I've been torn between the two, and I've taken off my regular shifter to go with the heel-toe multiple times. And I want to kind of just give you guys a breakdown on the pros and cons. This thing's been bugging me a lot, and I kind of don't know why, but there's pros and cons of each, which I want to kind of get in depth with a little bit, get a little bit into it, because I've talked about it in passing while I'm on the bike. But let's get to the point here. I've lately gone back to the regular shifter. Pros of the regular shifter: if you are engaged in driving and you want to hit those gears and feel those positive shifts, this is going to be the way to go, because this allows you to get your toe under, get you hooked, and you can feel those shifts being very positive. And it's literally like the moment you feel that click up, you can get on the gas and go. That process has to be a little bit smoother with the heel-toe shifter. And for most people, this is going to be fine. And if you actually don't change your boots up a lot, which I can do sometimes, and that's the dilemma I've been having, is that if I'm changing my boot, this can be a little bit tricky. And I've tried changing the angles on the heel-toe shifter. Just haven't had like the greatest success. I like my shifter at a certain point, and I rather just live with that and wear the boots that kind of work well with that, rather than try like messing around and adjusting these all over. So pros, I also like to do this. I find when I'm riding, I like to be able to tuck in and get my feet right back here. And when you're doing long rides, the ability to just kind of hang your feet both ways back here and let it just kind of pivot, it's really comfortable to have that space. Whereas if you've got a heel-toe shifter, you kind of lose that space to hang your heel. And I don't want to risk bumping into it, but that's the kind of dilemma you have to deal with there with the heel-toe shifter. Couple reasons I like the heel-toe shifter, though. It is really comfy. Like, you get, you can wear a wide variety of shoes, and it's very casual. You can shift pretty much at any one point. The biggest issue I think I have with heel-toe shifter is feeling a little cramped around the foot pegs with this piece here. So what might be the heel-toe shifter good for? If you're a rider who only does urban commuting, you're on and off with all kinds of shoes, this is fantastic. If you're doing long rides, I don't feel like this is entirely necessary, because if you're doing long rides that don't involve a lot of shifting, this is totally fine. If you're doing long rides that involve very, like you're going through major cities, a heel toe may be a little bit more comfortable, because that repetition, I can see that being a little tiring, on a 3-4 hour ride. It's definitely something you can get used to on a regular shifter. So this is the thing I've been debating all winter, and because I got my heel-toe shifter in the fall last year, I really haven't had time to exercise and run through and log significant time. So I've been switching it back and forth just based on feel. So now currently I am using the standard shifter. This is the way the setup has been for me for the majority of the past year that I've been riding. And I like having the real estate. Now this might change if I decide to go back to a heel toe and add like the shifter pad, the little peg pad. It's an accessory you can get with it's in the Royal Enfield catalog. However, I like these just fine. I may go back to the heel toe shifter. It's been a lot of fun to kind of just try these out. The assembly is really pretty quick and easy. You take off this bolt and this bolt here, and you might have to put a little weight on this to force this down a little bit, this piece. But it's actually very cleverly designed. I have had this bolt fall off, and what happened was this shifter came out and I didn't lose my shifter while I was riding my motorcycle, which was, you can see how bad that could go, right? So this design, very purposeful, as I found out. So heel toe shifters, if you like to wear big boots, I'm talking boots that have a really high toe box, this might be the way to go. If you are wearing more or less, a pair of boots and you're not worried about getting it scuffed, this is great. So I don't know what else there is to cover with the heel toe shifter. But I think for me, for the most part, that real estate back here, I really do find it kind of limiting. The one thing I also want to add too is if you're ever on any kind of dirt trail, gravel trail, and you want to stand up on your pegs, this is a lot more instinctive. You can simply just hop up, hop down, and you don't risk the chances of knocking this shifter here with your heel. So those are the things I think you ought to consider, whether or not you feel like a heel toe shifter is for you or the standard peg. Not much else. I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. So yeah, this has been bugging me for the longest time, and I am still on a journey with this because this might be okay for the time being. I might switch back. I am kind of OCD with how I like to function with objects, and I'm the same way with cameras. I would try different camera straps. The feel needs to be right for me, and just the thing I've been thinking about lately, whether or not I want to stick with the standard shifter or the heel toe. So talk to you later. That's just my little mind jam for the day. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.